Hello, hello, Tahila here. And I just want to reflect a little bit about my journey and where I have progressed from, because sometimes I think it's very strange. It might feel like, is that even possible? But sometimes we're afraid of progress because it feels like, what do we do when we've got that? Once we've got all those things, are we just going to stagnate? And thankfully, when you go to a restaurant and you feel like something and you order something, that doesn't mean you have to order that every single time. You can change your mind. And as we progress and as we go on through life, we change our minds and we change and we have new desires. It's almost like a tree that's growing. And if it's got limited resources, it will reach a certain length and then it will wait there. But when it's got new nutrients, when there's water, when there's enough sunshine, it will keep growing. It doesn't go, oh, well, I've got everything I want. Maybe I should just stay here and be happy at this size. No, it's like, wow, this place is amazing. I've got everything I want. I can keep expanding. And my journey has been, when I first finished school, I had no idea what I wanted to study. I felt alone in that because there were so many people around me, my friends, my siblings, felt like they just knew what they wanted. It was like, okay, I'm very good at maths, I'm gonna do this, or I'm, great at art and I'm gonna be this, or they had an idea of where they wanted to go, and I was clueless. I didn't have your blatant skills. Wasn't super good at academics. I wasn't super good at sports. So I was like, oh crap, what do I do with that? And at school, you don't really get classes or recognized for being actually really good with people. And so I sort of just started a BCom communication course, like a BA on communication. And I was like, well, I like talking and I like the art of talking. And part of that, there was some public relation courses, and I didn't feel that was my vibe. And then thankfully, one of the classes was psychology. And I was in love, with how incredible our brain is and how fascinating and amazing and in depth there is about our brain and our behavior and who we are and who we perceive ourselves to be and all of that jazz. So I took that further and further and further and became a play therapist because I loved working with kids. So got my psychology degrees, play therapy practice up and running, loved working with kids. Parents were very eager to bring their kids. And while working with the kids, I realized, but I need to see the parents. A lot of the children's behavior was dysregulation from an unstable home environment. And trust me, I'm not judging any parent. I am a parent myself. It is hard. I gave parenting talks at our private schools for years. Same talk every year, and it was well received. And then I became a parent and I scraped it all. I was like, no ways. This is fantastic. It makes sense. But it's almost shaming because it's really good theory, but to put it into practice, I need to tweak this a bit because this parenting thing is hard. Anyway, so I'm working with kids, loving it, but I realize more and more the parents, I need to help the parents. And so I start, importing studies. I'm in South Africa, so getting the Gottmans, the files in from America and doing training on the sideline on how to help couples. And I start working with the couples and I realize, but when I've helped the parents, the kids don't come back. And I realized this is where I need to go. I need to work as a couples therapist. I need to help the parents. I need to help couples because they are the captains of the ship. The more secure they feel, the more secure the kids feel, the more smoothly their household runs. And so I completely went over and specialized and eventually closed my play therapy practice, which was also in good timing because I had a little baby and she wanted to be playing with the toys and, having kids and toys and everything. I just felt that transition was so natural for me of also, not playing all day with other kids and then being too tired to play with my own kid and that sort of thing. So went into couples therapy and I've been doing that now for about 8 years. I've even been giving talks to other therapists on, how to work with affairs and progressing along those lines. And now I've just launched my first course for women who are, they're there in life, but they don't feel it inside. They don't feel seen. They don't feel heard. They don't feel visible. They feel insecure. that's one of the passions that I'm working with now, and creating new courses to help women with that. I'm creating courses for my couples that they can watch at home and do at home. I'm creating journals and workbooks and journal prompts. And this is progressing in a different level, going more into a coaching field, still working with my couples, but doing some sideline things. And what I'm trying to say with all of this is it kept evolving. It wasn't like, okay, I've got a play therapy practice and it's full and it's just going to stay there. I had a play therapy practice and it was full. And then I transitioned to couples. And my couples counseling practice, I stopped taking new clients on since February because it was full. And there was more than a month-long waiting list. And I didn't want couples in distress to have to, wait so long before they got support. So I was referring them out. I'm starting to slowly take some new couples, but only a few. There's only room for a few. But that's not the point of this call. The point is it keeps progressing. And when it feels like it's there, we evolve, we go to the next step, we go to the next stage, and we create new platforms. That's why I'm busy making courses so that the couples waiting have things to watch. And it's exciting and it's so, so beautiful to see it all unfold. And I hope that this inspires you to keep reaching for there, because when you're there, it's not going to be boring. It's not going to stagnate. You've got a new perspective and you'll have new goals and new visions for your business, for your family, for your life, whatever it is. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful day. Cheers.